This tutorial will show you the basics of our CampWorks online reservations. What you see is a simulated website. This is a fictitious site that we created to show how our online web reservations will fit inside of your particular website. So assume this is your website. This white area is an iframe that's inserted into a page on your website. And so the process to create that's very easy. It is just one line of code essentially that we provide you the link for, that you put where you want on your website. So you have a booking button or a booking drop down menu item or any clickable area that will link to this page on your website. So now the customer clicks on that, they come to this page. The colors can be designed or adjusted and set up to match your website so that it looks like a seamless part of your website. The form is completely what we call responsive, meaning as your website changes, as customers' screen size is different depending on what device they have, it will reconfigure itself to look good on any size screen. So for example, a mobile device is going to be narrower and it's going to look something like this. So it will lay it out in a format straight down. And a normal web browser or window inside of your web browser, an iframe, might look something like this. When a guest comes to your website, they will click on the Make a Reservation button, that link that you've provided somewhere in the website, and they will be presented with this page. They will select the type of reservation that they are making. But let's go ahead and make just a standard individual reservation. They would then select the unit type that they have, whether it's a cabin, they want a cabin, or they're bringing a camper, or if you have tent sites, then tent would be on this list as well. The hookups that you have available will be displayed here. That's all part of setup. I'm just going to leave it as any. Then they would select their check-in dates. I'm just going to do right now for a test on this. The type of rig that they have, you can disable this if you do not care about rigs. All of your sites are the same size. Again, another setup option, so this could completely disappear if you want. And then I'm just going to select pop-up, and let's say it's 24 feet, and with slide outs it's 10 feet. Okay. This is a Google reCAPTCHA. This will ensure that it's not a computer hitting this over and over and trying to fake out the system, so it just proves that it's a human. Search availability will now go to the campground computer. It will find all of the available sites and report those back. All the text that you see anywhere throughout this process is all customizable and configurable by you in setup. So now here are the list of available sites that match the criteria that we selected up top. We pick a site, we enter the number of adults, and we click on Get Rates. Now it goes back to the campground computer, gets the rates for that site, brings it back and shows those to you. Again, all of this text you can set up. Now we enter our guest information. I already have this preloaded, so in my web browser I've filled this out before, but if they haven't, they'll have to type in each of these. They can specify any notes that they want to tell you, like let's just say would prefer to be closer to the pool if available. And they hit proceed to payment form. The payment form appears, and we have a test card number we can put in, which is 15 ones. They would normally put their full credit card in. And we can leave these blank for testing purposes. It is now validating that site is still available. It had already blocked it and held it throughout this process, so that if there was anyone working on the campground computer or anybody else making a reservation at the same time, that site was already being held. And so it has now confirmed it, and the computer at the campground will start flashing, indicating that there is a reservation that has come in and it needs to be confirmed. And that's pretty much it for the process for the guest, other than once you confirm the reservation in CampWorks and send them the email, now they will receive that email and know that it's been confirmed. Also, at this final confirmation stage, if you have it set up in CampWorks, it will have sent you a email confirmation as well. So you would get the email confirmation in your inbox that someone made an online booking, and also CampWorks main screen will be flashing saying that there's an online booking. To make a group reservation, the process is very similar to a standard individual reservation, but it goes something like this. The guest comes in, they select new group, they enter a group name, they enter a password for future use to manage the group, meaning like they want to add more sites to the group. They select the type of sites they're looking for, hookups, the dates, and then what unit they are bringing. For example, if the host is bringing a motorhome, 24-foot by 12 with slide outs. Again, they select prove that they're not a robot, that they're not a computer making this reservation. They search for available sites. These are all the available sites. Your text can be entered here. I guess I didn't set that up. For example, now they can select as many sites as they want just by clicking. If they click it again, it will unhighlight. So let's say we select these 5 sites. It says 5 have been blocked, and these are the numbers of the blocked sites. By the way, all of these columns are configurable. You can decide what shows or what does not show in your list for cabins or for campsites. And then enter a number of adults for the host. So this is the host is now selecting which site they are going to be on, which in this case it's set to 13. So the host is on site 13. They have 2 adults, no children. Now they're getting rates for their site. The others will be blocked as well. So we now have the rates for their site. We'll need to create their booking. Enter their credit card information. Make the payment, and now it's going to confirm their reservation, or it's going to book their reservation and reserve the block for all of the others. They now have a reservation number. You will get the flashing indicator at the campground and the email that they have created a group reservation, and you will be able to send them the individual confirmation letter for their particular site, but also the group confirmation letter, which has all of the group information that they can then forward to the rest of the members of the group so that they can come in and make individual reservations in the group. For a member of a group to make a reservation within the group, or essentially to claim one of the sites that were already reserved for them, they would select existing group. They would type in the group name exactly as is on the confirmation, the group confirmation letter that was forwarded to them by the group host, and the group number that will also be on that confirmation. Select the type of accommodations that they want and rig that they have, and let's just put in 20, 10. Confirm they are not a robot, and search availability. And now it will show only the 4 sites that are left as part of that group that are available. And so they pick the one they want, enter the number of adults, and basically make the reservation process just like it's a standard reservation. And so now we'll complete the payment. And Then that will finalize the process. Now their site is claimed as part of the group. They're added to the group reservation within CampWorks, and everything is complete. In CampWorks, you have an online indicator that will show that your online reservations are functioning properly. And when there's a new online web reservation that has been created, the new web res indicator will flash. Once that flashes, you can check out the quick list for web reservations not confirmed, and you can see all incoming web reservations that yet need to be confirmed. To confirm, it's very simple. Double click it to open the web reservation, or just the reservation in CampWorks, and then to confirm it, you just do a confirmation letter and add any special notes. Of course, first you should make sure everything looks correct, the fees are all correct, the web payment was correct, and that there's you want to accept this reservation. And once you've decided you want to do that, go to Letters, Confirmation Letter, and send an email. I'm going to hit View so you can see what the confirmation letter looks like. And you can add any special notes into the letter that you want. I'm just going to do this. So this is the confirmation letter. You set up all of this text in the setup portion of the program, and this is standard for whether it's CampWorks or it's online reservation. And in this case there's a lot of text that's been set up, but the additional notes that you entered that were specific to this reservation would show up at the bottom. And then of course the specific stay information is listed up here. So that's the basics of a individual confirmation letter. If the reservation was a group, you can send a group confirmation letter or an individual confirmation letter. So in this case, this was the group host. In other words, they made the entire group reservation. We can go to Letters, and you can see up here that it is a group. If we view the group, you can see these are all of the sites in the group, that we have 2 that have been assigned and the rest are unassigned yet. So let's go to Letters, Confirmation Letter. Again, I'm going to just view at this point, and it will ask which letter would I like to send, the individual confirmation letter or the group confirmation letter. We did the individual in the previous part of the video, so I will show you the group in this one. Normally you would just send this, but I'm going to view it so that you can see how this works. Okay, so here is the group confirmation letter. In this case, you can see there are no financial details. It purely just says who the group contact is, the group host. The group policies are listed in here. This is all set up as part of your setup in CampWorks. And then on the second page, it has in this case, because there was a lot of upfront text, but there is the details of the group. The dates for the group reservation, number of spaces reserved, and the length of stay, and then the group details. Here's the link that can be used to reserve online, and the group name and group reservation number are what is used in order for them to make that reservation. So this letter can be forwarded by the group host or the group contact to everyone else in the group, and then they can make their reservations online.